If you have ever had a 50 amp rig, you know what a chore it is to manage the power when you're on a 30 amp plug. You have no idea how many times I have kicked the breaker off and Danny has had to run around and reset it. I've even kicked the breaker for the 50 amp when we're on 50 amp. So I'd say I'm pretty good at it.
She's got it down pat.
I got it down pat.
We've gone north a lot of times during the middle of summer and it would still get hot. And we couldn't, if we were on a 30 amp pedestal, we could not run both air conditioners. We had to say, do we want to run the living room AC or the bedroom AC? Mm-hmm. And now I think we have a solution based on TWO.
Yeah. You remember back in the winter, they shipped us a heat pump air conditioner unit for us to try out and let you know what we thought about it. That came with a soft start.
And it was a game changer because once we put that Turbro Soft Start on our
new unit,
yeah, we were able to run both air conditioners on 30 amp.
Yay!
Blew my mind, unbelievable.
So we were really excited when they reached out to us again. TWO reached out to us again and wanted us to do a how-to video on installing a soft start. Y'all, Danny's gonna install a soft start.
Yep.
Can you imagine?
I'm a little bit handy. I fix most things on our rig, but
he does.
Big things I call in a good friend, Tom of Teach and Tug Travels. So we'll have him over here in a little bit and he's gonna help me. Knowing Tom, he'll probably get his hands in there and do a lot, but I wanna make sure I'm the one that's installing the actual wires, installing the soft start because Turbro would like a video that shows, hey, it can be installed.
Yeah.
This is how it can be done. And even Danny can do it. So if Danny can
do it, you can do it.
That's right.
Yep.
And Turbro is a sister company of TWO, so we're excited to work with them. So even though we've been able to run both air conditioners on 30 amp when we had it, I knew I wanted another soft start on our Coleman Mach. It draws a lot of power. It makes a lot of noise. If you hear air conditioners clang when they start, that's not good for air conditioners. They're made to do that, but you'll last longer with a soft start. I hope you join me as, with the help of a friend, I install a soft start.
I'm scared. I'm Lynn.
And I'm Danny.
And if this is your first time here, welcome to RV America. Even if you're coming back, welcome to RV America.
The original RV America.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
You gonna do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm staying out of the way.
We'll need her turning on air conditioners and turning them off and such as that so we can test it. But
he's gonna tell you all about it.
Let's go jump on it. And I did want to point out, once we get it installed, what I want to do, similar to what we did with the other air conditioner, is test out the sound by taking a reading for the dBs, see how loud they were before we installed it and after. And then also we're going to test how much amperage is being drawn before and after. So stay tuned to the end so we can show you that.
Yeah.
Let's jump on that soft start.
I've got Tom with Teach and Tug Travels here. I mentioned my expert and the guy I always go to help me. So we're going to put on
I don't know about expert.
We're going to put on a soft start on our main unit today.
Correct.
Which when I say we, he says I'm going to be doing
today is his turn.
Majority of it, since he did the majority of it last time. So, you know, I've done outlets, I do small electrical things, but nothing this big before. So I wanted someone that knows what he's doing, or appears to know what he's doing.
Appears, yes. I've done a lot.
I've done thermostats, but nothing as complicated as going on the roof and opening up an air conditioner. So it's something new for me, but I think we can do it. I think I can do it. I did want to ask, and I think I know the answer to this, but this Turbo Soft Starter will go on just about any RV AC?
Correct. Any older one or anyone that doesn't have them, you can add to them.
Yeah.
Fairly easy.
And just for everybody that didn't see the last video, what's the principle of a soft start?
The principle of soft start, where when you turn on your air conditioner, whether it's home or if it's an AC unit on the roof of an RV, you'll hear that thunk, you know, that initial when the compressor kicks on. The soft start has a capacitor. It kind of, best thing I could explain, it kind of smooths that out so you don't have that initial current draw, it should be steady across the board. Instead of having 20 or 22 amps in this case,
Yeah.
we should have 10 or 11.
Yeah.
So,
It's more of a ramp up, a slower.
and that way you can run 2 off 30 amps.
Yeah, because that's where you get in trouble if you're on 30 amp and you already got one air conditioner on and it's running 11, and then this thing bumps up to 22, then
Yeah.
that
then
breaker's
you're-
gonna trip.
Yep.
So
Or if you have a microwave on or a coffee pot or, you know, anything.
lens hair dryer or
Yeah.
curling iron. Yeah. So all right, we're gonna get on the roof and wish me luck. We'll see how it goes. So one of the first things you do is turn off your AC at the thermostat.
Before you get up on the roof and open up that air conditioner, make sure that you have all the power disconnected, both the shore power, your battery, and the inverter.
Usually it latches in the front. So once you have your 4 screws out, or 2 depending on the brand, you can play with it and try to convince it to come up. Sometimes it's easy. And look for a wasp nest while you're there.
Good point. Tom's using instructions. Let's put this date down.
Never happened. I was gonna say there's no video proof, but I guess there is.
So sometimes on your AC unit you'll find a schematic. So you won't be able to see this probably, but we're going to take this cap off because it shows us the C for common and then the S for start and an R for run. Okay, we take that screw off. We're going to pull this up, and based on this cover we'll see that this is the common wire, the black, and then the start is the red. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah.
And the run would be the white. It's always good to write those down. Like if I'm changing out anything, I'm going to write down what color, and a lot of times you can take a picture of it.
So you have a little more space, but this works out. We can double stick tape it right there.
Okay.
I've screwed them to the walls, and you know.
So the question I asked Tom is where to mount. We have this wide open space over here, but his point is, yeah, though it has a drain hole, you don't want to put it down flat just in case it backs up and you get the soft start sitting in water. So you prefer to mount it on one of these walls, and it's a tight fit with this Coleman.
Yeah.
But we'll put it right down here. So
I mean, it's sealed, but still, you don't want.
Yeah.
You don't want to take a chance on anything. Nowhere does it tell us.
this is the compressor side.
Yeah. Nowhere does it tell us.
So is common the black?
Common should be the white. No, that's the run. Common is black. Okay. Take my diagonal cutters and cut this wire tie away. Zip tie, depending on who you are, what you call it.
What did they call it in school? Or do you remember that far back?
That many years ago, I think they were wire ties. And no, I don't remember that far back.
So you're cutting common, or are you cutting black's common, correct?
Yeah, I'm cutting common first. My concern is where that terminal thing is.
Yeah.
Make sure we got room, which it'll just hang right there. So
Yeah.
we got. Okay. So
Any tips on stripping?
now, people use knives. I use strippers.
Yeah, so much easier.
Sure.
So you're just making that twist?
Yeah. You got it on? No.
Oh.
Okay, I told Danny make sure you twist them tight. That way they go underneath the connector easier.
Yeah, we got these crimping connectors. As we got the common coming off the compressor.
Yeah, just raise that ear up, so to speak.
And push it in until it stops.
Correct.
And
No.
now we got to get
Very good. Yeah.
common here,
Right.
and this common is labeled black. They always won't be the same labels at the time.
Now
So
don't trust. That's soldered, so you're good shape. There.
okay.
Just make sure you put it on the same one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Tug, tug. All right. We're gonna wait to do this one with another crimp, or go ahead and do it now?
No, you can go ahead and do it. Here's the other.
So now that's, and I've got that backwards.
Do we? We did this just to show you that you can screw it up.
To show you how much. So you should have it on the compressor side. So that's the supply side. So we're gonna take that out.
This was to show you how easy it is to
mess
not
up.
pay attention to what you're doing.
Rookie mistake. You can always blame it on me. We had that happen last time with these slide apart.
Yeah, we're gonna tape them together like we did last time.
All right, so now we have it right. Compressor, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So now we got the other crimper, and we see it as labeled C in. So this is out of the compressor? It says out, is that correct?
This is into the compressor. That's out of there. This is from the power supply going into the compressor.
Okay.
So. Look at you. Very good.
It's my first day.
You've stripped wires, I'm sure.
I have. Is that right?
There you go. Go to 16, yeah. Why is that?
You, operator.
Yeah, okay, now there you go.
So we're making sure we got back to the compressor side. And
That's your supply.
so we've got
You go ahead and put them on one side of it.
we've got run, and run's gonna be red, and this is where I was talking about they do not always match up. We got blue, but they are marked, and the cap marks what was already on here. So we're gonna go ahead and put the start on. And we're gonna put the run. Then come to the other side, and we're gonna
Twist those up.
twist these up. And we're putting start to start, and they both happen to be red.
That did go all the way in there, right? Not hanging. Okay, I overstripped that one, so that's why I was asking. All right.
Always give a tug test.
Yes, on everything. Okay, that's supply. So you're coming out. That's supply. Okay.
Oh.
Now you got the other one to do. Get that out of your way. Now you got. Now all y'all have to do is hook up the compressor. These things are made to pop together to make them bigger or smaller.
According to how much you need.
Yeah. So what we do when we get done is we tape them up
Yeah.
to keep them together. Yeah, that's straight back. That's okay.
Hello.
I've used crimps in the past. Turn it around. I've used crimps in the past. They work really well. I do like this little crimp connector, although they are cantankerous. Is that a good word?
Yeah, they want to slide apart, you know, because sometimes you only need two of them. Like right now, if I only needed two, there was no sense of putting this here and wasting it. But
And in all actuality, you know, you could have them separate, but I don't know.
on the other one, we taped it all together. Didn't have to worry about it after that.
We will double check our wiring
Yes.
before we do too much.
Okay, so I've got,
Okay, so we'll refer to the cap just to make sure.
and they are labeled here. So there's a run.
There you go. And start.
Yeah.
Common.
So start was red. We got that lined up right.
Okay, it's red on this side. It's red right there. And then here, it's red to red. Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then we should have black to black both
Black to
ways.
black,
and
yeah.
then here's where's the difference. It's red going to blue, and then it should be blue going to, I'm sorry, white going to blue, and then
Yeah.
blue going to the white.
And then that should be R. Is that correct?
Huh? Yes, this is the white is R, yes.
Yeah, they're in. Okay.
All right, so we're getting the compressor cap back on, and then Tom's taping up the crimp connectors as we talked about. We just did that on the last one, and we want to do it on this one just to keep them together.
Yeah,
and,
that's it. It's just more for them.
It's not going to keep the wires from popping out. I don't know if it keep water from getting in anything, but
no, you shouldn't have any water up here. But you know, it would take a flood for this to do anything. But we just like to keep them together.
Yeah.
Or I like to keep them together.
I like it too.
I'm a little.
He's a little Thomas.
Yeah, that's a good word. In the real world, you could probably do it in less than 30 minutes. You know.
Yeah.
Or 30 minutes.
I think we're getting it pretty quick. Yeah.
About 30 minutes when you take it apart and, you know, put the cover back on. And
if you have the right tools?
If you had the right tools.
So
We need you to turn the air conditioner on. Can you come out here?
Tom, I guess what we're going to do next is get Lynn to turn on the air conditioner before we mount it. That way we can check, see if we got any loose connections or any issues, and then we'll mount it in that tight spot there on this Coleman Mach.
The good thing about the turbo is they gave you double stick tape. I've never had double stick tape. I've always had to screw it to the wall.
Yeah.
Then you have to take the cover off and make sure you're not screwing into anything.
Yeah. Let's not get the evaporator. So good. So we'll get that turned on and confirm it's working before we mount it.
Okay, look, we got the run light on. We had the start light on. So it's running correctly.
Okay, good deal.
It'll land.
On the shroud, you'll see where they attach to these lips right here.
I want to point out, it was easy. Of course, I had Tom with us, who is an expert at that, but it was an easy install. The instructions are easy. Even the instructions on front of the Soft Start are very understandable and make it easy for a novice like myself. We got it mounted and everything closed back up. And now I want to show you some of those readings from how loud it is before and after, and how much amperage it draws before and after. So we're going to jump on that.
She said it's 72 in there. She got 68.
This is before, and when it starts up, you see it's pulling 22.4 amps. After we put on the Soft Start is 14.2, so that brought down what, 8 amps. This is the ramp up amps, so it does drop down to about 11 as it's running. All right, here we are with the dBs, checking the dBs before we put it on the Soft Start, and it is 61.5. So the dBs after we put on the Soft Start is 58.5.
Success! He actually did it.
Well, as we've been saying through the video, Tom is there to hold my hand to make sure I did it right. So and he did a lot himself. So it's really good to have someone there to show you. I think even without Tom there, I could have done it, because as I said just a second ago, the instructions are so easy to understand, and you'll be able to do it if you need to. So I will put a link down below to this Soft Start, and I'll pin it to the first comment. That way you can go check out Turbro's Soft Start, because they're easy to install. You can do it.
Yeah. And now, since he's an expert at it, he's going to go put one on our daughter's RV.
Yep. Nobody there to hold my hand on that one. So maybe we'll get a few video on that later on.
If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, now's the time. Be sure to do it. The notification bell. We have some amazing summer travels coming up, and lots of videos that you're not going to want to miss. Until next time, God bless and many safe travels.
And go RV, America.